You guys ready for this?
I can't guarantee perfection. I'll tell you how much.
You can slow it down a little bit too.
It's fine.
We'll slow it down also so we can keep up.
You're losing the momentum of my backwards hat.
I wanna
Being the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I wanna travel across the land, searching far and wide. These Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, it's you and me. You know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Pokemon, oh, our heart's so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon,
gotta catch 'em all.
gotta catch 'em all.
Pokemon!
Nope, shut up. You.
Welcome to
Another podcast!
I'm Ahmed. I'm Pete.
I'm Davey.
I'm Jake.
Today we have a special guest,
Special guest Davey.
Davey. You know, who was on the uke today.
Yeah.
So, Davey, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the new Pokemon Shield and Sword trailer that dropped last week.
I like the way you said shield and sword there. Turning it up.
New
You know,
Pokemon
twisting
Sword
things
and
around.
Shield.
Yeah.
So far we've pretty much only talked about movies and things like. Have we talked about any TV shows yet? No.
No, just
Not
the-
yet.
Well, we talked about the
That-
Bandersnatch thing, which was basically
but
just an episode.
It was more like a
of
movie.
That
Black
was-
Mirror.
But we do indulge in other types of media, some of which being video games, and we're all, pretty decent Pokemon fans, some more than others.
Yeah.
I
I have a love-hate relationship with Pokemon.
well, I think
Remember
we
when
all
we tried to do that Pokemon RPG?
Oh yeah, and when I say we tried, you mean I tried and you never showed up.
No, I tried to, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm doing the musical, and then it doesn't work anymore.
All right. Well, anyway,
I'm just saying. Anyways, that's not important.
so the whole thing is there's a new trailer for Pokemon Sword and Shield that came out, and we all got pretty excited when we saw that. So we.
I mean,
Again, some more than others, but we wanted to talk about it, and we have Davey here joining us because he is an avid Pokemon fan, and we thought we would get some insight from him. So,
well, first of all, I wanted to ask, how many Pokemon games have each of us played? I played a couple. I played Ruby and Fire Red. I also played that fan game, Uranium.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Strong opinions on
I prefer
Uranium.
Light Platinum over Uranium, but
I have not played any fan games as far as I know.
Yeah.
Uranium was actually, I thought it was pretty cool as far as ideas go, because it was, at least, I felt like it was trying to do something radically different in
it was
comparison.
mostly original.
All right, well, here, let's go through, just to get certain things out of the way. Let's each go through and say which games we have played, which games we haven't, and then say what your favorite generation is and what your favorite Pokemon is. How about that?
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good plan.
So, Davey, you're our guest. Would you like to start?
Sure. The only games I haven't played are Emerald, Fire Red, and I want to say Platinum.
Okay, but when we say it's like the games that you haven't played, it's like, are you you say you haven't played Fire Red, but have you played Leaf Green?
Yeah, I've played Leaf Green.
Okay,
but
but
they're
that-
essentially the same.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
like kind of
So-
different. So
Well,
like,
you
which,
could also-
which generation haven't
Let's
you
also
played?
specify-
I've done them all.
Let's also
Actually.
specify this is main series. This is not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this
Not
is not like
Ranger
Pokemon
series
Dungeon or anything.
None
Yeah.
of that mess.
Not a Pokemon app, right?
Disgusting. Then in that case, I've played every series. Well, every region, rather. What else was
So then, which one was your favorite?
my favorite? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with Gen 4 because
Solid choice.
Sinnoh was solid. The only thing I didn't like about the games was how slow they were. That kind of
That's true.
upset me, but you get what you get.
Yeah, fair enough.
And what's your favorite Pokemon?
As it stands right now, Gallade.
Gallade is a good choice.
We'll go down the line. Pete.
So I've played Leaf Green, I think Ruby, Diamond, and
choice.
and White, and anything
Respectable.
beyond Black and White I have not played.
Oh, we got to get you caught up.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fair.
Which one was your favorite of what
Oh.
you've played?
See, This is just because like I know the most about it and like I grew up playing it, but like I'm very much a Gen 1 guy.
Gen 1, okay.
One-er.
You know what?
I'm not a Gen 1er. I'm not a Gen 1er. It's just my favorite. Shut up.
Yeah, Gen 1 is good. I think, there's a lot of good stuff there.
All right.
And what's your favorite Pokemon?
Watch him say Charizard.
You can say a starter if you want.
Actually, it's not a Gen 1 Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is Piplup because penguins are awesome, and I love Piplup.
Piplup is pretty
Piplup is pretty rad. That's nice.
I'm partial to Torterra, or what is it? Turtwig.
Turtwig,
No,
yes.
no,
Turtwig is so
no.
much better. Like,
I love turtles, man. What can I say?
No.
I'm sorry. I think Gen 4
Also,
has,
this is not the best turtle Pokemon.
yeah, he makes a fair point.
that.
That's,
You know what?
Yeah.
There are a couple.
I prefer Tortuga, honestly.
Tortuga is cool.
Squirtle is the best turtle Pokemon, and
Uh-huh.
that is
Yeah,
know.
sure. Yeah, Gen 1er.
Squirtle.
I like Squirtle, but well, you know what? Let's move on before we go off on too much of a tangent.
No, it's fine. Let's just keep
Ahmed, what about you?
like I said before, I played Fire Red, Ruby, and those are the main games that I have played because I like Pokemon, but I mostly watched the show, and that was my thing. So I don't remember which generation Ruby was, but I really
Gen
enjoyed
3.
it. Gen 3, yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was... I've never actually finished a Pokemon game. Like, I've started Fire Red and Ruby multiple times, but I've never gotten around to, like, going all the way through them. I always stop because I have, like, the love-hate relationship with Pokemon where I hate grinding, but, like, I enjoy the sort of experience of Pokemon. I like going through it, but up to a certain point, I just stop because I can't bother with it anymore. So that's whatever.
You do have to devote a decent amount of time.
A lot of
Yeah. So I
Where's
just
the anime now? I haven't.
Oh,
tuned into
yeah,
it
I haven't watched the
long
anime in a
time.
while.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't followed that in a while.
So then of those that you've played, what's your favorite generation?
So yeah, Generation 3
Yeah.
with Ruby. I thought that was just.
And then your
Yeah,
favorite
And
favorite
then my
Pokemon?
favorite Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon will always be Chimchar. I just love Chimchar. so
Chimchar's
much.
great.
He's just
Chimchar. That's
adorable.
interesting. You've had you guys pick starters, which are solid choices, but boring ones. So it's
They're
my,
the best ones.
It's my turn now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've played all of the games, or not all the games, but I've played every generation. So I haven't. You know what? Except for Gen 2, I've played the Gen 2 remakes. I played Soul Silver,
It's the same.
but I've never played the original Gen 2 for Game Boy. But I think I've played all the other ones.
Did you play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee?
I have not. No.
Okay.
So then I guess not
You're not
that
missing out on anything.
Uh,
It's Gen 2. Well, Gen 1 remade, but
one. I played up to Pokemon Moon, and that was
Respectable.
all right. I liked some things in there. But my favorite, I think that will always be my favorite, and I know it gets a lot of criticism, is Gen 3. So I played Sapphire. That was like my first one
The better
that I
choice.
really got into.
They're the same game.
yeah, but Kyogre.
Kyogre
Anyway,
is awesome.
That's true. That's true.
I love all the Reggie Pokemon in there. And as for my favorite Pokemon, even though Gen 2 is the series or the generation I have the least experience with, my favorite Pokemon is Gen 2 Pokemon. I like Skarmory, which is a metal bird. And I don't
Skarmory is cool.
I don't usually like birds. I have like a nostalgic attachment because basically when I played through Sapphire when I was little, I went into this one patch of grass that I found out at a later date is there's like this one section of grass is the only place in the whole game where you can catch Skarmory. And I just happened to run into one, and I didn't know it was rare or anything, but I caught it because it looked cool. And I named it Shredder, and it was I think it was
Easy.
well, I don't know, I was into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was a metal bird, so I was like Shredder. And so I caught Shredder, and Shredder carried me through the Elite Four.
Naturally.
And I then learned later that she was rare, which was a cool little bonus. So now every time I start a new Pokemon game, I always have to have a Skarmory on my team, and I name it Shredder, or I'll name it Shredder version 2, version 3, whatever in succession. So I think I'm up to like Shredder number 8 now.
Nice.
Although the original Shredder has been since traded all the way up to my Pokemon Moon, and I have it.
Wow.
Its stats are all screwed up though, so I don't really. Maybe if there were a way, I think there is a way to reset its stats and then super train it. I would do that, but we'll see. For now, it's just hanging out in the box. Sorry, that was a long story.
No, but that's cool. That's right.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. But the reason I was laughing when you said Reggie was just it reminded me of
Oh,
yeah.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah.
Are we gonna address the elephant in the room about that?
Yeah.
So Reggie, the president of Nintendo of America, who I think he was just really well liked by the community. I mean, I don't know all the details about him, but he was a very well respected guy. He'd been working there for like 16 years, I think, or 17,
Yeah.
like as long as most of us have been alive, roughly. And he finally is retiring. And there was
his
this.
body wasn't ready.
He's famous for saying my body is ready. That's like one of the famous things.
Do you watch Video Game Donkey?
Yeah, I watched his tribute. So we're all gonna miss Reggie.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? Let's a little homage to Reggie, a little shout out. We love you. Hope you enjoy retirement.
That was disrespectful.
There's been a running joke going around that he's not actually gone. He's just busy playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on his 3DS.
It's possible.
Which he very well may be doing. I don't know though.
Anyway, let's get into the main topic.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, we didn't say that his replacement is named Bowser.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
Bowser.
Disgusting.
Is that real?
Yeah!
He's bald.
It's
Not
fun.
that it's a problem, but like
You're like, he's
Fuck
bald.
all bald people.
God.
Don't
he's
say
bald
that. That's
and
It could've
white,
been-
And he sounds weird. He has a-
Davey has a thing about
No one
bald
can
people.
replace Reggie. Reggie's the ultimate.
Yeah. In about, like good 10 years, he's going to hate Pete.
I'm sure.
Hey, hey.
All right, so let's get into this. So,
Sorry.
let's try and break this down. So let's sort of run through what we all thought of the trailer, and then we can each sort of talk about. I mean, the main thing is going to be at this point in time, we've only seen some of the locations and the starters. That's pretty much all that's been revealed. So let's talk about what we think so far based on the trailer, and then we'll each say which starter we're going to probably choose if we had the option.
They're all.
Well, we'll get
Yeah,
to
yeah,
we'll get to
All
that.
right,
So, Davey, you want to start us off as our
Yes,
guest?
Okay. So when I first watched the trailer, it was about 10 a.m. after a fire drill, and I was excited at first when they showed a lot of the gameplay going through the region. That got me hyped. But as soon as they cut to the starter Pokemon, I was immediately turned off.
Yeah.
The way they introduced them with the whole 3D graphic thing, it made them look really animated.
Oh, just be sure to talk.
Yeah, and I'm really not a fan, especially since that's not how they look in the actual game. And then they showed the 2D images, which grounded it more for me. But I'm more excited for the gameplay aspect than it is for the starters. And I think once we find out their like final forms, then I'll be able to make a choice from there. I also thought it was in Germany at first, but it's not.
I think it's supposed to be
It's just like Europe, right?
Like
Europe
think
in
it's in
general.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
possibly
like, but
England.
like mainly like England is the general.
Yeah.
I thought England because I saw like a big clock tower looking thing.
I don't know.
I thought
saw,
Big Ben.
like, Scotland.
I saw the
I didn't see
factories and I
Scotland.
thought it was Germany.
I've been looking at like the memes that they made around the female character,
yeah.
and it's just like all
Yeah.
her just being like, "You what, Mike?" You know, that kind of thing.
We're pretty sure it's going to be like somewhere generally in Europe, which is cool. Have we gotten any games
Lickety-Hex
before that have the European aesthetic? I know now with Alola
X
that
and
was
Y
like
was
Hawaii.
in France.
That's
so there's
true.
that.
That's true. It
But
was
other
in
than
France.
that, it's been like mostly in the US. Unova was based off of New York. Oh wait, I think either Gen 1 or Gen 2 was based off of an island in Japan, I think.
What about? I thought Gen 5 was based off of New York.
That's
Or-
Unova.
Oh, so then what? Gen 4 was where?
That I do not know.
And Gen 3, I don't know, it's the West Coast. There's a lot of water in Gen 3,
Yeah.
so that's my best guess.
Probably.
I don't know.
The starters are Scorbunny, Grookey, and Sobble.
All right.
With the names,
Yeah, the names are not the best.
not at all.
All
But fingers crossed, it
So-
gets better.
right, so Davey, do you want to lead us here in this discussion? Basically, I would say just kind of break down each starter and then sort of say what you like and dislike, and then which one you would probably want to go for.
Okay. So the grass starter, it's basically a monkey. It's a very, very small monkey. It's kind of like Passimian from Gen 7.
I've
Which
had
is-
people tell me that, and I found it very amusing. They were like, "This is basically just grass chimchar."
Yeah, essentially.
Well, it's weird that they did a fire monkey before they did a grass monkey.
But
You
also-
would think the grass would be more intuitive.
Also,
Yeah.
didn't they do like the what were the ones from was it X and Y, like the monkey, like there was like the fire monkey, the water monkey, and the grass monkey.
Pansage, Panseer,
yeah.
and Panpour.
So
Are they monkeys?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are monkeys.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
And they just repeated.
I had to research a lot of images for this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's Pokemon. There's like a bajillion of them now, and it just keeps growing. I just realized for people watching this who don't have any experience with Pokemon, they're gonna have no idea what we're
Get
talking
out of
about.
here. We don't like
What are
you.
you doing here?
I mean,
Get
I
out.
like you. I also don't have. I have barely any experience with Pokemon. So
I mean, people know like Pikachu. 'cause
Yeah, that's
he's the
that's-
mascot.
Yeah, he's a staple.
Lightning rat.
Essentially.
He's a lightning rat.
lightning rat. Yeah.
He's a mouse.
He's like a
Same
rat.
thing.
He's a mouse.
They're basically the same thing.
I like saying rat more because I
But
don't.
like lightning rat's funnier.
Well, yeah. So what do you think about Grookey, Grass Monkey?
I like his design. I will say that much. I mean, that's all I can really say about him.
I mean, yeah, he's the only design I don't despise with a passion.
Yeah.
I don't despise any of the designs. I do think
They're
his
just-
is the strongest.
Yeah. Out of all three, I mean, Sobble's design is. It's not something I've seen before. And it's certainly unique.
What is Sobble
Mhm.
supposed to be?
I
Like
think
a
it's
little
like
seal
a-
thing.
I think it's supposed to be like
I
a
was told
frog,
chameleon. Of
or
some kind.
it's
Oh,
some
yeah,
kind,
yeah,
some
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of lizard.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
kind
I
of
know that.
lizard. I don't think it's a frog because we got Froakie in Gen 6.
And I don't think they'd repeat.
I've been told chameleon, and I just
Chameleon would make
how
sense.
thin his limbs are. They're
It,
so
it doesn't.
tiny.
It looks like
It's
if you
just-
just bend it a bit. It would,
It's just a stylistic
Same with
thing, though.
Score Bunny.
yeah.
Score Bunny is. I'm a little. Well, actually, I'll let you finish, and then I want to say something about Score
No, we
Bunny.
can move on to Score Bunny. One little note about him: the pose that they introduce him in is the same exact pose as.
Oh
Chimchar.
yeah, it's, Ahmed. Would you mind? would
It's
you?
literally copy and pasted?
Would
They're
you mind
doing the
throwing
same
up on the
jump.
screen a side-by-side image that people have put together? It's like exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, Jake. You don't have to tell me to do it.
Well, I'm
a good
sorry.
editor.
I wanted to I wanted to specifically say that there's a side-by-side that exists.
Yeah, and they're the exact same. I'm not excited for the
Sobbable.
concept, but I will say I'm curious to see where it goes because when I think of Score Bunny evolving, I sort of see some kind of Bugs Bunny looking hybrid.
I would love
Yeah.
just like it's
And it
it's
would-
straight up just Bugs
Aren't-
Bunny, but
yeah.
like red and white. And
Aren't
they're just
people
like,
saying that he might be like in like evolution like a fighter?
That's
That's the predicted route.
I
because
really
that's what
hope
they've
that's
done before.
not the case. So there's
I've also
a
heard Fire Fairy, which would
that
be
would
That
be
would be
interesting.
combination.
strange. I
My
did not see
my hope is for Fire Electric. That's my hope.
Ooh, that would be. Cool.
I don't know. I think maybe because there's some yellow bits in his design
don't-
and he's really
I
fast.
don't like his design.
I hate his design, but
I just think a Fire Electric starter would be cool. Also, I think we can all agree, and for those involved with the Pokemon community, you'll know that there have been so many firefighting starters that people are begging that there not be another one.
I see.
And there might be one. It's entirely possible.
it seems obvious just because. Like if I'm thinking like what like a bunny would turn into, I'd be like
Yeah.
that's like kicking and like
That's
you know,
true,
so-
but I feel well. I
Also,
think
because
that's
the way
most
the way it's
likely.
designed with like the longer limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I wanted to say about Score Bunny is, so I was looking at some concept designs for what people predict the evolutions of them might look like, and Sobble and Grookey had some pretty good standard. I mean, they're all fan made at this point, but they all looked pretty good. I didn't really see any that weirded me out. And then I was looking at ones for Score Bunny, and I saw a couple that were interesting, and then I saw one that is making me a little nervous. And I really especially want you to put a picture of this up just because it's so
send that to me.
it's
'cause I
just
won't
so weird.
See if you
It
can-
could happen, but I don't like it when, and there are a couple of these. I don't like it when they make Pokemon who look like they're wearing clothes or are like possess or are based off of man-made objects.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
So what was the?
So the whole thing is people were speculating, since this takes place in Europe and there's a big following for soccer or football there. People drew up designs of Score Bunny's evolutions to look like he's a professional soccer player.
Oh, never mind.
And he gets like these weird orange shorts and like his upper body turns into like a jersey.
That
It's weird. And the concept is that he summons like a fireball and then kicks it like a soccer ball.
I could see that being cool, but I hate the idea of like wearing it like a jersey.
It's weird. It's weird. And it might happen, but I kind of don't want it to because it's really odd.
That one's really out there, I think, as far as I.
But I wanted to make
having
note
not
of it
seen it.
because I saw it in a couple different places.
Well, these are all people guessing and like giving ideas of what they would like to see
Right.
potentially.
And it's cool to see the community reach out like that.
So then the last one, Sobble.
Sobble.
Sobble. Oh boy, I identify with him so much. There are so many memes of him being like riddled with anxiety. And
Well, he's all, like,
depressed, and I
shy.
feel it. Yeah, he's like really shy, and I vibe with
His
that.
name is Sobble.
It's literally Sobble.
It has sob
It
in the
doesn't
name.
get
I was
better
watching.
than that.
I was watching a video of like someone like predicting like the third evolution, and they just had like what did they call it? Depressor or something.
Aw. That's unfortunate.
Sad, but I feel like a lot of people could vibe with that.
Oh, I'm sure so many people would pick Sobble if that were the case.
in order to like shoot like water, it just comes out of the tear ducts.
Oh, that's really sad. It's entirely possible that might happen though. He has these big googly eyes.
That's Sobble
So,
was
yeah,
like,
that's-
probably the most like adorable one.
Yeah, I mean, all of them are
If I had
cute.
to like rank it, it'd be like Grookey, Sobble, and Score Bunny.
Well, yeah.
I
So
also hate
do
Score Bunny's name the most.
It's so
it's literally Scorch
I
and
think-
Bunny. I mean, all of the starters' names are pretty much puns.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in Gen 1, you have Squirtle, Squirt Turtle, you have Bulbasaur, Bulb and Dinosaur, and you have Charmander, Char and Salamander. Like, none of it is rocket science necessarily, but it was subtle enough that it was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But Score Bunny, I guess it just doesn't flow well.
It doesn't.
Because
It's like Scorch and then Bunny.
but
It's-
but
they
like
mash
you're missing like the main bit of the Scorch part. So it sounds like the word score
Yeah.
Yeah.
plus bunny.
Like,
which-
why didn't they just make it like Scorby or something?
well, that sounds
Or-
awful.
yeah, that's
I
just
mean, that's
or
not.
s- or,
I
or
don't
like
think there's a right way to do that.
Yeah, but I feel like they could have come up with another term for fire. And
Scorchy,
used
Scorch bunny, Scorch.
maybe just drop Scorch and go
Yeah.
for something else.
that. Yeah, like I don't know, Flame Bunny, or
Well,
I don't know.
Flaroni.
Well, we already have.
Pepperoni.
We already have
Pepperoni.
Pe-
There
this
we go.
Petition. We should petition.
If I choose Score Bunny when the game comes out, I will name it Pepperoni.
yes.
There we go.
Because why not? Or Spicy Meatball.
Yes.
If there are enough characters
Okay.
for that.
I think we need to start a petition to change Score Bunny's name to Spicy.
Spicy Meatball.
Spicy Meatball.
Spicy.
Do we want to talk about which one we think each of us would pick now?
Sure.
Let's just quickly go through. So, Davey, who would you pick? Do you think, at least based on what we've seen so far?
Based on what we've seen so far, I would pick a starter. I would go in the wild and catch one. Then go to the PC and release my starter.
Okay.
They just all look so awful.
Dang.
They're
All not that bad, but we haven't seen enough. The way they introduced them really turned me off from
Yeah,
them,
it was
so
weird.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't use them
Okay.
as we stand now.
that is I've done that in the past. I won't say which generation,
I have never done that.
but I have
Gen
done that.
2, Chikorita.
Oh, that's don't.
She's
diss
cute.
Chikorita
She's
like
cute.
that. I do like
But she's
Cyndaquil though.
useless.
It's possible that I might warm up to these current stars because I remember when they introduced the stars for Sun and Moon, I was like,
X and Y starters weirded me out at first, but I came to like them later on.
I will say, I think I still don't like whatever the cat one was for Sun and Moon.
Litten.
Yeah.
It's I just thought it was a weird choice that it evolves into a wrestler.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's-
And then it ended up in Smash, which is fine, and honestly is a fun character to play as in Smash,
But
but
got
just
Decidueye.
it was weird. And
I like the
well,
owl one.
I chose
though. I was
Rowlet.
like, the owl one is cool. I was down with it especially after I saw the evolutions. I was like, this is cool. I still don't. I don't like the seal one. I think that one's weird too.
The seal one,
Primarina is not bad.
I thought the seal one was kind of cool. And
I-
water, is it water fairy?
Yeah, water.
Water fairy's cool. We don't have a ton of those yet. I mean, fairy's still generally new.
But I was like, not here for it. But the owl one is cool.
Yeah.
Decidueye is actually in Pokken Tournament, so he has
That's
a little
true.
bit of representation.
So, but if you had to choose from the 3 starters, like just which one, I guess in your case, which one you disliked the least, which one would it be?
I would pick Grookey because I'm partial to grass starters.
Grookey, okay. Pete, what about you?
Sobble, because I'm partial to water types.
Okay. Ahmed?
This is hard for me because a lot of times when I'm choosing stars, I base it off of the evolutions at the very end, and I decide like that's
Yeah.
how.
That's what I'm waiting
'cause
for.
But just based off of right now, assuming...
Right now, I'd say I don't hate Grookey's design, so I'd go for there. Not normally. I don't normally go grass type. I normally go fire type, but
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd go
see,
Grookey.
that's the thing. I'm kind of the opposite. I usually go grass or water. Mostly water. I'm partial to water. I mean, I love Mudkip. He will always be my favorite.
Mudkip.
Mudkip.
Yeah.
We gotta
Favorite
shout out to
starter of all
Mudkip.
time. But and I usually will pick water or grass. I very rarely pick fire. However, I do like Grookey. I don't really like Sobble that much. Grookey, I like, but I think everyone's gonna pick him. And honestly, I don't hate Score Bunny. I think his name is stupid, but I think his design is kind of cute, and I like rabbits. So
I like the delivery on that line.
rabbits.
I like
I like
rabbits.
rabbits. So I think I may choose Score Bunny, and I'll name him Pepperoni or something. And
Yes.
yeah, that may change depending on if he does evolve into a football player. That would probably make me choose Grookey.
My answers are liable to change based off the evolutions for sure. Like, I
Sobble on my knobble.
Are you gonna leave that in?
Grookey.
All right.
Don't finish.
So let's
In-
keep this rolling right along here.
The booty.
I would say we should probably start to
what-
wrap things up a little bit.
I want to talk about the
but-
setting. Like, what did you guys think about the?
That's just
sort of-
boring.
We haven't seen that much of it yet.
Well, yeah,
So I'm not
but, like,
sure.
You know, this
I-
just general
I think-
UK-ish setting.
I think it's boring, especially coming from the like Hawaii kind of setting, which was like a unique to like
Yeah.
Pokemon type thing, and then going back to it just kind of seems more generic and like
Yeah.
pretty
If
much
it's in
like all the other
Australia.
ones. Yeah, that would have been cool, or just like more.
I wonder if we would have gotten like big spider Pokemon if it was in Australia,
No, thank you.
and like big
That would make me
scorpions and
uncomfortable.
snakes.
and koalas and kangaroos.
We have a
Would've been
koala.
like
did get-
I know, but more.
We
It would've
got a
been
koala
Scorgaroo.
in Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
That's what it would've been.
and
But
we got
more.
Kangaskhan.
Never heard
Kangaskhan. and
Kangaskhan is like,
Yeah, but like
well, it's not. It's similar to a kangaroo, but it's
It's
not.
really not.
it's
'Cause
like
it's
a
not-
kangaroo armadillo.
Yeah, that's probably a good way of describing it.
It's just a marsupial. Like, it's a marsupial and like an armadillo.
Can I just say, I know it's a little side tangent. I love the Mega Evolution for Kangaskhan.
Oh, yeah, when
because
the baby hops out of
it's,
the
it's not like a
pouch.
crazy transformation or anything. The little baby just pops out and just starts fighting alongside the mama.
Yeah,
It's like the
it's-
simplest transition, but it's by far my favorite because it's just so like, I don't know. I love it. I think it's really great.
So yeah. So final thoughts.
I would just say one thing before we close is, and I know this can be a little bit dangerous because you don't want to get your hopes up for something that might not end up in the game. But I will say, if there was like one thing that you really, really want to see implemented or something added in this game, what would it be? Like the thing that you really want in general. I know what mine is, so I'll go first. I'll give you guys time to think. I do. The first one I was gonna say was the ability to see your Pokemon walking behind you, following you, like in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen though, because in the trailer we didn't see any of that. It's not impossible, but I kind of doubt it. So
Well, they had like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go.
Yeah,
Eevee
and
where
your
they
Pokemon
follow
would
around.
that's
follow.
true, but
So they might implement
well,
that,
we'll
at least
see.
for the Switch.
The power
version.
is there to do it.
But just in case that doesn't happen, which I don't think it will, I really want, more than anything, please give me a Pokemon based off of Cerberus, the three-headed dog.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't made one yet. I think it would be so cool. I've seen concepts where people just say, do a mega evolution of like Houndoom or
That would
something
be
like
nice.
that, or give him another evolution. But I think at this point, you just have to make it a new evolution line. And you know how every generation has their standard dog Pokemon that you can catch early on? Why not make it evolve into a 3-headed dog? Because we've already had Pokemon that get more heads as they evolve, and we've already had fire dogs. So all you got to do is put those two together, and you would get a really cool Pokemon. That's what I want.
Okay. I'm hoping for a bigger roster. Last time we got new Pokemon was in Sun and Moon, but what really turned me away from this series around that time was X and Y. We only got like 70 or less new Pokemon, so it was a very limited roster as to what you could use in your team, and there weren't a lot of Pokemon that you could catch in the region that were from other regions, so there's not a lot of variety. But we haven't seen the Pokédex yet. We don't know who's coming, we don't know who's not coming, so fingers crossed that it'll be more expansive than it was before.
This isn't really this doesn't really pertain to Sword and Shield, but in a future Pokemon game, I really want one to take place in like a more like Nordic area where it's like all snowy all the time.
Oh, that's
Antarctica.
cool.
Kind of limited. You're kind of limited
No,
in your Pokemon.
I feel like we've gotten some of that with Mystery Dungeon. I'm not sure though.
But that's not really.
That's
a
not
main-
like
I know that's not a main series game.
But I think you can do a lot with like Norse mythology and stuff in like terms of like Pokemon design and like legendaries. And I don't think it's that limiting because you could have like a lot of fire types based on like the geothermal
yeah, good
That's a good point actually.
yeah. So
true.
Get on it, Game Freak. Let's see that get made.
in Gen 4 remakes.
Well, we know those are coming.
Just saying.
You just got to give them time.
I mean, we've been waiting so long.
Well, I have a feeling we'll get them in like the next,
5 years?
I'd say 4 years, honestly, because they've become really good at cranking them out. I mean, how quick did we get Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire after we got
That's true.
what was it, X and Y? So
Yeah,
You make a fair point.
that's fair.
we will see.
Yeah.
And
my
Ahmed?
change. See, I don't have like anything particular. My change is kind of. I want them to just like radically reform the battling system, like completely.
What do you care to elaborate?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So, okay, so here's the thing about the Pokemon battling system is that it's been the exact same thing basically for like every generation since Gen 1. And it's turn-based is just becoming less and like the sort of turn-based select the move you want to do thing has become more and more my least favorite thing in the world. It feels like at first it's fine, and then I get really, really bored of it very quickly. And I'd like it if they like revamped it so that instead of like this like stupid stupid is the wrong word. People like it; it's enjoyable.
It's
but for me
stupid.
personally, I like it if they did something more real time based.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know it's not going to happen. This is what I want.
I think that's
Jake.
definitely more feasible in a non-mainline game.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
that's
There
why-
are other Pokemon games that have experimented with that.
Yeah.
Like that exist.
but like,
but
what,
never really successful.
but not really.
I mean, well, Pokemon Tournament, you're kind of fighting.
That's not what I
aesthetic.
mean though.
And-
You
Because
mean
the
like how it
here's
is in the dungeon games?
I
Where,
I haven't played the Dungeon games.
Okay.
I don't know how it is. How is it in the?
I mean, you
They're
still
fun.
select attacks, but there are some situations where you're going through a
Yeah.
dungeon and you can just walk up to a Pokemon and like
And to
mash A and attack them.
and to
That's
Game
not really
Freak's
what I'm
to Game Freak's credit, I think they have sped up battles a lot, especially starting with Gen 5. Battles got way faster, which I
Having
appreciated.
Not played past that. But
Gen 3, I love it, but now at this point I would much rather play the remake because I would have to emulate it. I can't sit through. Their transitions are so slow now.
yeah. And so what I was thinking in terms of the battling system is in my head I got this like idea of like doing like a sort of real-time battling system in which you give commands to the Pokemon to still do attacks, but it's sort of and it's based a lot on the idea of the friendship of your Pokemon and whether or not they'll listen to the attacks you do. So you can tell them to dodge when you see like an attack coming.
So,
You
like,
can tell
how it is
them
in the
That
anime.
yeah.
basically. I wanted them to emulate the
Okay.
anime a bit
That is
more
also
in, like, the
kind of
battling
already
style.
a thing now in the new games. If your Pokemon has low friendship, it won't always listen to you. Is that
Well,
right?
it won't dodge attacks.
Yeah.
If you,
And if it has high friendship, sometimes
yeah.
it'll dodge attacks. Also,
and
I'm
it
trying to
also
think
hold
what
on
else.
to, like, if there's a really strong move that it's hit by, it'll hold on at 1 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but in my sort of idea of the game, I'm like, this you play a more active role in like, and it's a bit more real time strategy.
Yeah.
So you have to really think on your feet.
Okay.
And you have to like
Yeah.
plan
I like
ahead.
that. I like
so
that.
like that's what I was thinking. And I don't think this would ever be a main game thing, but I'd like if they made like a little side game for the Switch. If they made that kind of system for the Switch, I would immediately buy a Switch. That would
Yeah,
be,
that would be-
a thing that would
That
make
would be
me-
cool. I would like that too.
So yeah.
So
basically.
yeah, those are our thoughts on Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching.
Thanks for-
Oh, and wait,
Oh,
and you can do that again as we do the proper outro. I just want to thank Davey for joining us.
Yes,
You've been a
thank you.
wonderful guest.
Thank you so
and
much.
Thank you
Yes,
for coming
thank you
on.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For having me.
Davey,
Is there
would
anything you wanna plug?
would you like to plug any social media or just things you're working on before we go?
If you go to TC, do Writers Festival, I'm writing a play.
Do Writers Festival.
I
gonna be
write
working on-
music. I don't write lyrics. I write chords. I play the ukulele. Hit me up on Instagram at davey.jpeg. It's exactly as it sounds. But yeah, that's it.
All right.
All right. Awesome.
Do.
Movies and stuff. Eating them up. Just 3 dudes. And something. We have a podcast. Please listen to it. This podcast, another podcast.